Hi, this is Dr. Carol Josselyn. She is a communications professor at Foothill College. She has her PhD in communications, and we're going to be interviewing her about some questions regarding the state budget crisis. Our first question for you is, how has the budget crisis affected you directly?
Well, it's affected me directly in that we haven't had a pay raise in 4 years, and it also creates a lot of stress because people are losing their jobs, especially staff and part-time faculty, or they're getting shuffled around to De Anza. We're all in one district, and then our budget needs aren't getting met. So it makes teaching more difficult.
What do you feel as a teacher, what type of resources would you like to see to help your teaching improve?
Well, actually, in the Communication Studies department, we've been trying to get what we call a speech lab, just for our speech students to come in and practice their speeches, be videotaped, work on voice and articulation exercises, observe professional speakers, have a lab assistant there to help them and critique them, to have computers for them to work on, and that hasn't come through.
Have you seen your students' grades dropping or increasing as an effect of the budget crisis?
I don't know if it's a budget crisis, but I have to be honest with you, students' grades have gone down. I think this generation of students is exceptional in terms of personality and respect for teachers, but there's a real problem with writing in particular, and I think I heard that the Language Arts Writing Center is going to be cut, so I think that's going to deter the writing effectiveness even more.
Has your personal life been affected by the budget crisis?
Well, it sounds like a personal question. Whose class is this for, by the way? Is this a project for one of your classes?
This is a project we're doing for our communications class for Carol Josselyn.
Oh, really? Well, that sounds interesting. Is she a good teacher?
Very good teacher, yes.
Okay, my personal life. Well, obviously, I have less money to spend, not getting a pay raise, and so I just, stay home on weekends and grade student papers. There's also a lot more work because we have to take on additional students, and then it's just sad to see your friends and colleagues losing their jobs, and there's a lot of tension. People say, is this person getting fired? Is this person staying? So forth and so on. So there's a real bad vibe. Morale has dropped amongst the colleagues.
Yeah, that's sort of where we were going with that question, is emotional stress levels.
Stress is way up. Yeah.
It's no good for teachers. What would you like to see changed if what would you like to see changed in terms of the crisis?
Well, I think California needs to really support education. This is affecting not only community colleges, but as you know, even more so the UCs and the CSUs. And we have been known as the education state and open opportunity for all. So I just would like to see, additional taxes, additional fundings, some other things perhaps being cut, so that you probably heard at the UCs the tuition has gone up go up 32% by the end of the year. That's going to put education out of reach for middle income families and lower income families. Although if you make less than $60,000 a year, they will pay your tuition, which is really a good thing. So we desperately need more money. I think to spur the economy, you have to have a well-educated workforce.
Agreed. Were there any other comments you'd like to make regarding the budget crisis? Anything that our viewers would like to know as a teacher? Anything?
Well, having lived longer than most of your students, I just want to remind you that the economy goes up and down. We had a recession in the 80s when I first started teaching here, and we came out of it. So there will be hope for the future. The stock market's going up, home prices are going up, and I think jobs will follow. And just stay in school, finish your education. It's extremely important. And may I say, you're an excellent communicator. Obviously, your teacher's teaching you well.
Well, thank you. And thank you for your time. We really appreciate you taking the time to answer our questions.